If you're in the market for new countertops, you're on the right video. I'm gonna show you how to take your existing surfaces and make them look like a unique slab of granite just like these. Hey everyone, Tyler with Leggari here, getting ready to coat this island. They've already plasticed it off for us. They've bonded all the seams, all the nail holes, sanded it, rounded the edges. You always want to make sure you round your edges, that way the resin can flow over. And instead of exactly matching our look back here, we're going to do the same colors, but we're going to do a dirty pour on this countertop. So it'll complement that with the same colors, but it'll look a little different. So it's going to be really cool. So I have my primer right here mixed up. And I'm just gonna roll it out. I'm gonna dump a bead out and roll it out. It's a lot easier using a roller tray, but if you've done this a lot, you can go just as quick by just dumping a bead down the middle and cross rolling.
Okay, we're putting a dam around the whole perimeter of the counter right now, and because we don't think the Gorilla Tape is going to stick very well just to the primed edge, we're doing some standard Scotch tape first, and then we're doing the Gorilla Tape on top of that just for more rigidity, because the Gorilla Tape is much stronger. And then on these really wide spans, we're actually taping on just some paint sticks, just so when the epoxy wants to push out, it kind of hits that extra resistance. So typically that's enough. So once you have it taped with the Scotch tape, you're just gonna follow it with the Gorilla Tape.
So the trick to doing the dirty pour is rolling out a thin layer of clear epoxy to minimize surface tension. That way when we dirty pour this, it flows really easily. So I've mixed up some resin. I'm gonna use some of this for my silver, but I'm gonna pour some of this out. And we're just gonna do a quick coat over the whole counter with just some clear. So I just wanna get this all over the counter. And again, we're not putting it on thick. Just a thin coat, that way when we do our dirty pour, it's gonna flow really easily. Alright, so now we got a nice thin layer of clear epoxy. That's going to help our dirty pour level out. Because again, we can't tilt the counters and tip them and move them to get that resin to flow, so we got to do it like this. So I'm going to go make the colors and then we'll show you guys the dirty pour. I'm getting ready to put the epoxy in our buckets for the dirty pour. So I have my white here, I have my silver here. We're just using two colors because we want to do the same colors that are on the kitchen. So I'm going to start pouring white, silver, white, whatever, just randomly in here, different colors. I don't want to pour all white and then silver. I want to keep doing different colors of the white and silver, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to pour a little white. Then we'll go to our silver. Pour some down that side, we'll pour some over here. So we're just gonna keep repeating this process until we're out of our colors and they're all in these 3 buckets. And the reason we're doing 3 different buckets is because we want to have more control over where we pour it all out. And having multiple buckets for the dirty pour gives you a cooler effect than having it all in one bucket and just dumping it out. Now we'll go back to the silver. Notice I'm just trying to put it in there kind of randomly. We'll leave a little in there just in case you want to pour some white randomly on the countertop, and we'll leave a little silver in here also. And I'll show you guys if we decide to add some colors to it. Alright, so there's our 3 buckets. Now we're going to go take one at a time, pour it out on the counter, and then we'll just keep grabbing each bucket and doing each dirty pour out here. Now we don't want to pour right up to the edge because it's going to flow, it's going to want to level out and want to push this tape over. So I want to pour my beads a little ways away from the edges, that way when it levels out it's not so thick there. And we already know this counter flows a little bit this way, it's not exactly level, so we made the tape extra high here. Put a brace of the paint stick to help with the extra resin that's going to be here.
Hey guys, we wanted to stop for a second to remind you to subscribe to our channel, click that bell button so you get notified every time we post a new project. Now back to the video.
What I can do is I can let this dump out to get all of that out. I'll go grab the second one. So we'll let this just level out just for a couple minutes. We don't want to leave that in the bucket too long, but we want to know exactly where we need to pour the rest out at. All right, so this is my last bucket. I want to be more precise. I not necessarily pour as much out in spots, but make sure I get kind of close to the edges. Again, this still has a lot to level out. So we're gonna just start pouring out smaller amounts, kind of closer to the edges. Okay, so I'm going to add the rest of the stuff I have in the bucket just to every spot that's missing a little resin. Now we have majority of white in here, so we're gonna go and just start kind of putting some veins out here with it. It's been about a half hour, 45 minutes. We're gonna start pulling our edges. Again, we don't wanna wait too long, and notice how good our tape job worked. We didn't have any bleed marks or runs under the tape. Some of it went over the top as we were pouring it. But we're gonna start over here and start pulling this tape, and our edges are gonna start running down the faces and bringing that design. Hey guys, day 2. Check out how amazing this countertop surface turned out. We're not gonna stop there. We're gonna take this high gloss epoxy finish and turn it into a low sheen matte surface in just a matter of minutes. Stay tuned. Okay, we're getting ready to install our matte urethane top coat. If you guys are sanding counters to get a dull matte finish, you're using the wrong product. Get our urethane top coat in matte, and I'm gonna show you how simple it is to apply it and how user-friendly it is without getting roller lines. It's so easy to apply just with your roller. So this is probably gonna take me like 10 minutes to apply this matte finish. We're gonna roll right down the middle, and then we're just gonna cross roll it. And I'm using a 3/8 nap roller. We've de-shedded it, so we've got all the loose hairs off of it. That way we're not getting any of those fibers in our coating. Just get a little bit more on here. So we want to do manageable sections, about 2 to 3 feet at a time. And I'm not worried about roller lines right now. I'm just gonna get this spread out real quick, hit my edges, and I'm staying within the section that I coated. I'm not going past. I want to make sure we get our corners. And once this dries, it's going to look like we've sanded this down to get that matte finish, but all we did was apply our urethane top coat. So highly recommend this product. And this will show you guys how amazing it really is. Okay, so I've got everything coated. After I roll my corners, it's gonna indent my roller. So I wanna roll that out, get my roller flat again. And then I'm gonna do my final passes. So I'm just gonna be really light, make sure I'm overlapping a little, and just pull from one end to the other. That's it, that's how you apply it. So we'll just repeat this process down the counter until we're done. That's it, guys. That's how you do a matte top coat on epoxy. If you're doing anything else, you're doing it wrong.
What an incredible video you guys just watched. If you want your projects to look the best, then you need to use the best. And with Leggari products, that's exactly what you're gonna get. There's no torching to get rid of bubbles and only a 7-day full cure time as opposed to 30. And remember to visit our online store at Leggari.com to get your kit today or just a single item. And remember, Leggari.com has you covered.